up? Episode. Hold on, let me have a couple of episodes. A couple of people follow me. Hold up. Really? Oh, really? Let me wait a few more minutes. Alright. Okay. Really? Yeah. Cup Chronicles, your host, Jay Lavonne, Cup, whatever. So, this episode's called... What is this episode called? So, fuck it. I'm going to talk about this episode because it links up with the last episode, right? So the last episode is called Atlanta Unfree, right? So I was talking about racism. I was talking about how racism has affected me and how it affected me as law enforcement. So the very next day, I went to work, right? Did my shift, whatever. And went to a job fair that I did not want to go to. Honestly. I was all tied the hell up at this point. So, I went to the job fair. Got questioned by interviewers, whatever. And this company did not want to hire me, by the way. So, I saw an old coworker and everything. And he is like, they were trying to pressure me into going to the company, right? So, I'm on my own business. I'm doing me. When I'm on my own business, I don't want nothing to bother me, honestly. And I was wanting to go to this company meeting until the lady just bombarded on me. And that's all like, you know what, you gonna bombard people for get some attention? I need to be with you. So, I'm sitting at this bar, drinking beer, watching sports. I'm just minding my own business. So, I'm talking to this man. Talk about sports and everything. And he come from LA. I'm from St. Louis. And we are having a nice conversation. So, he tells me that he found Chicano rap. I was like, well, shit, what the hell's your name? He told me his name. And I researched it. And he found Chicano rap. Even when we hung out, he bought an extra beer for me. We were just kicking it. Just live with it. And it's like, honestly, even when his music is old, he's a really cool dude, honestly. LT, if you watch this, because we talk about racial issues. That's how our conversation got a little broad, because we talk about racial issues. He's Mexican, I'm black, and you know how that goes. So, hold on, let me fix my ponytail. Alright. That's cool. So, with that being said, not all people are agreeing with some of the choices that Donald Trump has made. And this dude told me he's all about anti-police, whatever. So he told me that he's a rapper that found the movement or whatever. I said, man, whatever. So I researched it for myself, and I saw his name in Wikipedia. No lie. So I was like, what the hell? Yeah, I found Chicano rap. So with that being said, it's like I'm geeked because I'm all about hip hop. Real cup. I'm really all about hip hop. I'm geeked because I met the godfather of West Coast rap. He told me he wrote for Kid Frost and whatever. And before this episode, last week, I did ask him, can I use his name, right? So we talking, we chilling, we drinking beer, we drinking whatever. But he even gave me some new music that nobody has heard yet. Honestly, it's hot. It's like I'm not a West Coast rap person, but this artist alone has gave me my faith back, and I asked him twice, "Can I use your name?" before this episode. He's like, yeah. So I met a West Coast rap legend called ALT the Saint. He's very humble. He's calm. He's cool. So I'm like, dang. So I'm just sitting at the bar being annoyed because everybody coming all in my face, and anybody that know me know that I don't like to be annoyed. I don't like people around me. I'm a social butterfly, but I just like my real people around me at this point. So when I saw ALT, I just thought that he was just a regular person trying to talk, and we talked some sports, we did this, we did that. It's like, I'm from California, I have businesses, whatever, and I'm asking him questions all along, right? You never know who the hell you will meet at this point. Never, ever know. And he's like, yeah, I'm half Mexican. But the way LT look, I think he's all the way white, whatever. So, it's like, my homework assignment with LT, I had to listen to his music to really believe that he's hip-hop royalty. Apparently, I'm more East Coast than West Coast. So, I really had to dig into it from her. You know, sometimes I had to say that I had to research my episodes. Well, I had to research for this because, like I said, I did not know about Chicano rap before LT. And the fact that LT is one of the godfathers and he was chilling with me, we talking and chatting, man, you don't get that opportunity very often with hip hop. What I'm trying to say, be careful who you fuck with. Please be careful who you deal with, whatever, because you don't know who gonna see you, whatever. And like I said, I thought he was just a regular white guy talking this stuff. He said he's gonna be in St. Louis for 2 weeks, whatever. I really love my experience with him because he's hip hop royalty, whether it's West Coast, East Coast. He is hip hop royalty, and he's in St. Louis. I think he's in St. Louis now, whatever, but I was just sitting at the bar, mind my own business, trying to chill, do me, and we just had a talk about racial issues, which is why I wanted to intertwine my last topic was Land of the Unfree. And I kind of told him, I said, well, at least you weren't here during the protest. He's like, huh? What? Yeah, protest was going on a week before you came here. He's like, dang. So he tried to tell me that he's anti-police, he do this, and it's like, if you look on this man's profile, he's very, very political and activist-like and everything. And I'm just happy I met up with hip hop royalty West Coast. And I'm not even a West Coast rapper person, but dealing with him, he gained respect within me. Human, humble, all that stuff. And I even listened to his music when I got home. And he told me he got some hot shit. So look out for that. Look out for his shit because he got some hot shit. So, hip hop really comforted me. Hip hop made me happy when I got picked on in high school. Hip hop made me understand myself, and hip hop made me search for myself. So, with that being said, if you ain't meet no hip hop legends, you would never know how I feel. Even though I'm mellow or whatever, it's still like you really need to know how I feel. Because me and a legend, who am I talking? Joy. It's this rapper who found Chicano rap called ALT the Saint. And he often fought for civil rights for all people, whatever. And when I was at the bar, I didn't know who he was. But talk about civil rights and talk about black, white people, whatever. I did not know that he often came here during the time of Ferguson. Yeah. So, with this city being the most racist, and last episode, I was very, very, very passionate because I'm dark skinned. I know it's like to face racism, but I also know to be kind to my white brethren. So to say. So, I'm at hip hop royalty. Right here. He's still insane. It's like, honestly, my ponytails are real messed up, but he's still here. And we add each other on Facebook, and he is one of the most humble people. I have my man listen to his music, and his music is a little outdated, but it still is popping. He's trying to bring the old sound back to West Coast. And like I said, his nephew is into some music, and it's some hot shit. Look out for, I think, Hobbs Hugs. Look out for LT. Because he been doing hip hop for since the 90s. And listen to his music made me believe that there is hope for music alive. Really, it is. And he even kicked a little rhyme for me. I'm sitting there kicking back with it. I was like, what? Okay. All right. You doing your thing. But I asked him permission to use his name in his live. And he's like, cool. All right, fine. Red Cup. All right. When you see hip hop, respect hip hop, no matter what. Being around LT would be the prime version of meeting Dr. Dre, Eazy-E. And he told me a story about his days with Eazy-E, and he was, matter of fact, Jerry Heller was his manager too. So I was really intrigued and just dug into the story. I was like, So, what made me believe my favorite hip hop album, Cousin. I don't have a favorite hip hop album because I love hip hop all the way. Now, here's my favorite hip hop song. For the love of money, I love that money, motherfuckers! I love Eazy-E's voice in For the Love of Money. Matter of fact, Eazy-E was Bone's manager, and LT hung out with Eazy-E, and he even told me the real truth about that Keeping It Confident movie. Anybody that sees a movie that's in theaters and they could tell you what's true or what not, you need to listen to that person. Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you, Jerry. Hey. All right. It's messy, but thank you. But ALT told me that whole movie, Straight from Compton, was 70 to 75% right. And he told me some stuff I'm not going to say, but he told some, put it like this. The way they try to make Easy was not broke by the time he died. And ALT told me a lot. I ain't going to say a lot, but he told me a lot about West Coast hip hop culture that they didn't play in that movie. They didn't put in Straight Outta Compton. Straight Outta Compton is more from Dre and Cube's perspective. And he told me stories about him hanging out with Eazy-E. Him talking to Eazy-E before he died. And I'm saying like, what? He's like, yeah, I talked to Eazy-E before he died. So that's what caught my attention. So, you know, when anybody from St. Louis say that you're a rapper, you think they're full of shit. So, I looked up Chicano rap for the Mexicans. And one of the main names that they saw was ALT. ALT is one of the godfathers of Chicano rap. And he told me about Kid Frost and all this other stuff. I said, what? I was like, what? I had to research for myself to really believe that I was sitting in front of a real life celebrity. And he told me about a couple of things about the business, whatever, that they want to tell you in person. And he was like, no, that movie was at least 75% true. Eazy-E is like what y'all saw between Heller and Eazy-E. No, Heller really loved Eazy-E. I'm saying like, oh really? And it's catching my attention. Because when you see movies about people and biopics, whatever, you don't know what's going on unless you were with that person. So to see ALT tell me what's going on in the movie made me a little happy, because at least I know it's part of hip hop history. And meeting him really humbled me, because he's humble as hell. You might not know him from a can of paint unless he tell you who he is. Other than that, you would not know about LT. LT the Saint, he is the forefather of Chicano rap. Chicano rap is rap that Mexican was born in America. And they are settled here. So Chicano rap is more about people who are settled in America. And I'm just happy I met the godfather of that rap. I'm finna take my point. You know, I'm finna take my ponytail off on this live. Hold up. So, this is the Eazy-E that found Bone. This is the Eazy-E that was managed by Jerry Heller. And even my friend told me that the whole relationship between Eazy-E and Jerry Heller was not played out right in the movie. He told me some parts about the movie that was not right, and parts about the movie that was right. That's why I thank my meeting with hip hop. Because had I not known that, I would not know what was really going on. And ALT, he's a shit. Humble. We had political conversations. It's like, although he's half white, half Mexican, he's cool as fuck. He is really cool. And all this stuff going on with the hurricanes and all this disastrous shit, it's all about what you can roll with. Oh, thank you, baby. Oh, thank you, Joy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for my hair. Thank you for the compliments. Thank you for complimenting me. But, I'm talking about a serious topic because last week I was talking some serious stuff and I got so passionate that I had to go because I know it was like facing racism as a dark skinned woman in Missouri, in St. Louis, and I just got so caught up. It's like one thing about me, I get caught up in my emotions sometimes. And racism is very like real and whatever. And I got so angry in my last episode. And those who didn't like it, I'm sorry. But I have to address issues that's going on within Missouri. So, I'm talking about hip hop. I'm talking about this stuff because my last episode's on Wednesday. I went to that job fair the next day and I met hip hop. I really met hip hop. And I told the real hip hop heads who LT is. They were like, what? You met LT? LT is the shit. Look, LT is very humble. And we talk about racial stuff, whatever. It's some stuff we did not agree upon. Me? Alright. You ready? Are you ready? Are you really ready? I think Trump would be a better president than Clinton because Hillary, she constantly let her emotions ride through. Do I like what Trump is doing? Hell no. Fuck no. He tell you every day. He don't like us. He don't like anything other than white. But. My last episode called Land of the Free, right? None of us came upon our own choice. So, with that being said, we just gotta make the best of living in country and with these wars, whatever, because I'm feeling Cup Chronicles, hashtag, there's gonna be a war. And whole thing with Trump and Russia, they really should have figured that out. And this thing with racism, the reason I was cussing and going off because I'm so tired of racism within my city. I'm so tired of seeing stuff going on in my city. I am African American female. I have associate, bachelor's, master's degree. So you constantly get education to get something in life, but they constantly knock you down. I get it. I'm a recipient of that. I'm going to talk intellectual. I'm going to talk calm. Because last Record Chronicle episode, I was popping off, going off. That's because I'm passionate about being a dark-skinned woman in Missouri. And you know what? Racism is real as we want it to be. And if we really want to change that shit, we gotta change within ourselves. You can say what you want, you can stick with black people, whatever, but there's a speech that I heard when I was in Normandy High, right? Called Nobody Gives a Damn About You by one of my English teachers. And I heard it. And that speech resonated within me because you know what? The world don't give a fuck about you. The world don't give a fuck about you as an individual. And if you want to fight racism, cool. I'm dark skinned. So I've been through some shit. So you want to fight racism, you got to fight racism within yourself, into your community, or for others to see. Other than that, everything is going to be a joke to these people. It's just going to be a joke. I don't want to cry, but being a little emotional because I dated white guys. Robin Thicke type of white guy. Robin Thicke. Hunty. You know who Robin Thicke is? You know what I'm talking about. So, Red Cup Chronicles. These two episodes going intertwined together somewhat. But I met hip hop royalty. And I'm happy because I know where I come from. And that's the best way in life, is to educate yourself about where you come from. You know where you come from, you know what the fuck to stand for. You don't stand for nothing, you would stand for anything. And that's why I was so proud about the whole protest shit, because they stood for something. Although I don't agree with the protests and the looting shit, at least they put themselves online. At least, you know what, somebody got maced all the way through. And you just gotta protect yourself. You really do. And while I'm thinking of new episodes with this show, I'm gonna think of another episode, because racism, I could talk so much about racism as a dark-skinned woman. I don't want to be miserable. So that's why I'm not going to talk about it. This hair be flowing, whatever. Look, I had nappy ass hair for like 4 months. So, it is what it is. You're upset. Change it. It's like I say, if you're upset, choose your fate. Other than that, shut the fuck up. And shut the fuck up and let these white people do what they do. If you don't like what's going on. Because you know what? Racism will not change unless we change ourselves. Honestly, I'm calm, but I'm very, very tired of this stuff. I'm tired. I'm tired of people getting messed up because of the color of their skin or their beliefs. I got a black man in my life. How am I supposed to tell them, hey, babies, be safe, when they target black men more than anything? And my neighborhood is very, very safe, but no matter what neighborhood you are in, you just never, ever know. So with that being said, protect your black man, love your black man, and hug your black man, because you know what? Black man is going through a lot more shit than we really think. My grandma always tell me, you know what, you been really mean to your black man, and I can admit, I can be rude, I can be crash. That's because I want the best for my black man. And not a lot of black women want the best for a black man, but I want the best for myself and a black man, so I push a little bit hard. And it's just sad about the society. When do we accept black men act like scrubs and women act like men? Now, y'all want to talk about women be doing this, women be doing that. Alright. Teach that woman how to stop acting like a man. if you want that woman to be subdued and be feminine. Other than, you know what? I'm going to end this live. Shut the fuck up. You know what? You don't like racism? Shut the fuck up. You don't like being judged by your color? Shut the fuck up. Matter of fact, unless you try and make a change, shut the fuck up. Matter of fact, you want to delete me as a friend? Shut the fuck up and kiss my ass. Bye.